The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis.
Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
On one, right?
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he's across the 45. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Here's Burrow.
That one taken in by T. Higgins.
And he's brought down. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 40 yards.
This play is a thing of beauty when it works as designed, because they let the running back slip out of the backfield and head down the sideline on a wheel route. Number one, it's easy for him to get lost. And number two, really tough for the linebacker to run with him. And this ball's right on the money and leads to a big play.
Mixon going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Mixon again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2.
The second down play not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Drew Sample, a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
That was a big throw right there on 3rd and goal.
And the defense has to be prepared for you to throw the ball on 3rd and goal. Because really, 2nd down, 2nd and goal, that's your play action time, and you're not sure whether they're going to run it or throw it. 3rd down, you're usually sure they're probably going to pass it. Even more impressive that they got it done. And on the opening drive of the game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers.
And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. play action. Cousins.
He'll find Nwangu underneath.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
To the air again, it's Cousins. They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. He may go. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line. A great pick, nice return, but he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind, going to be the total hero. But we did see there the emphasis on it's not just good enough to pick it off anymore.
And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
They run for the first time with Ty Chandler.
And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3-score game here if they can come away with points on this drive.
Yeah, they're almost pushing them to the brink, aren't they, partner? Almost to the point now where it's a loss of words for me, which I know would excite all of our viewers, but you're just not supposed to see that type of dominance so quickly in a game like this. Everything they've done has been working so far. Offense, defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now Burrow on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Burrow. Through the middle of the field. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 70 yards. And the Bengals have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
To kick off for Cincinnati.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake, Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory.
He was brought down by Jordan Battle. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 3. Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down and
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Throwing is Cousins.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he will have a Vikings 1st down, and comfortably so as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. 1st down. Here's Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there of 20 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's get that touch.
Handoff here to Nwangu. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Jefferson moving in motion left. On second down, here's Nwangu.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
They'll go right back to Nwangu.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Kene Nwangu
Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Vikings are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Now Burrow to throw on second down.
A throw for Boyd, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he's giving his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final play of the half, Cousins toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play.
Taken at the goal line.
And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Well, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They go play action. Cousins. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time. And they'll send the slot in motion left.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? To throw, Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Josh Oliver from a yard out.
And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And now they're in the hurry-up. 3rd and 2, now Burrow.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Andrew Booth picks it up.
And the return here is stopped
for their wrists and ankles, they've got to go back out there and play.
On the give is Nwangu. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Play fake. Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 21 yards. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Now 2nd and 9.
Cousins. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings.
Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings are an extra point away from taking the lead here in the 4th. Joseph now to have the PAT. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. The Bengals drive about to get going. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Burrow. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? That is caught. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Here we go. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Burrow looking to pass.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with 3rd down coming up.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find the yardage. And that's exactly what he did.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
So a pressure spot here for Evan McPherson.
This for the lead in the final stages.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the fourth quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. This is 1st and 10.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. Trucks over him. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Here's 2nd down.
Cousins to throw, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Here's Cousins.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Cousins. And this one is incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Now Cousins.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here's 1st and goal. Handoff right side to Wangu.
At this stage, you've got to hustle, got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
The Bengals 4-yard line.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Another run now for Nwangu.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll. but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here.
Yeah! Come on, this is our last chance.
Come on, this is ridiculous.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Straight ahead, here's Nwangu.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And they're not going to get the kick off in time.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Tension building. Here's Greg Joseph.
This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that ball, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, Burrow. This ball intercepted. Picked up by Caleb Evans. And the Vikings are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second-half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us, not so much to the team who led at halftime and now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin.